Hi, friends, dear third semester students of the second year. Welcome to this class. For the Joby here, we are going to look into a topic called 8 to be great. 8 to be great. The topic is about how to be, call it, successful in life. 8 to be great. I'm sure success is something that we always look for or to be great. We know nobody is born great, nobody is born successful. We become great, we make ourselves successful. And let us go through this presentation. I'm sure it will give us a few points and correct our course if these are dreams before us, success, being great, and being useful to the world. All right, the presentation of the class today is based on a famous author, Richard John, of the famous book, 8 to be Great. We will just sum up the points. The book speaks about, John speaks about 8 traits that lead people to success, to greatness. And in his presentation, in his book, it's an effect of result of a long, intense research of great, successful people before the world and how he has come to sum up their traits into these 8 points, 8 traits. And these are the 8 traits that he sums up to the end. Passion, hard work, being focused, being pushed, of course, by yourself and by others, and having fresh ideas, improving yourself, and whatever you do, making yourself serve humanity, and persisting. So these are the 8 points that John puts before us to be really great, to be really successful. We will just go through a video that where John speaks about this presentation, then come to sum up the same.
Hi, I'm Richard St. John, author of 8 to be Great. My story started about 10 years ago on a plane, and in the seat next to me was a teenage girl. She came from a really poor family, but she wanted to get somewhere in life. And she asked me a simple question: what really leads to success? And yet, even though I'd achieved some success, I couldn't tell her how I did it. I mean, how did a dunce like me, who barely passed high school, end up becoming a millionaire? So I get off the plane and go to a conference, and I'm standing in a room full of the rich and famous when it hit me. Why don't I ask them what helped them succeed and find out what really leads to success? Now here we are 10 years later, and I've interviewed over 500 very successful people, including many of the world's greats. The big job has been analyzing and sorting the millions of words I got in the interviews. But after all that work, I discovered the 8 to be great. The 8 traits that lead to great success. Love what you do. Work really hard. Focus on one thing, not everything. Keep pushing yourself. Come up with good ideas. Keep improving yourself and what you do. Serve others something of value, and persist, because there really is no overnight success. The first trait that makes people great is passion. When I asked Russell Crowe what led to his Academy Award for Best Actor, he said, "The bottom line is I love the actual job of acting. I have a great passion for it." Successful people do it for love, not money. When Bill Gates and Paul Allen started Microsoft, Bill says, "Paul and I, we never thought we would make much money. We just loved writing software." And the cool thing is, if you do it for love, the money comes anyway. The second trait that makes people great is work. All successful people work really hard. Martha Stewart said to me, "I'm a real hard worker. I work and work and work all the time." Media tycoon Rupert Murdoch said it's all hard work. Nothing comes easily, but I have a lot of fun. Did he say fun? Yes, successful people have fun working. That's why I say they're not workaholics, they're workaholics. The third trait that makes people great is focus. Famous filmmaker Norman Jewison said to me, "I think it all has to do with focusing yourself to one thing and one thing only." Now, many people don't focus. They dabble. And that's okay to get started. But to succeed at anything, We really have to narrow down and focus on one thing. The fourth trait that makes people great is push. Great people just keep pushing themselves. Richard Branson said to me, whatever you're doing in life, just push yourself to the limits. We've got to push through shyness. I'm amazed at how many successful people are incredibly shy. They just keep pushing through it. And they keep pushing through self-doubt. Goldie Hawn said to me, I always had self-doubts. I wasn't good enough, I wasn't smart enough, I didn't think I'd make it. And she made it just fine as both an actress and producer. Now, it's not always easy to push yourself, and that's why they invented mudders. When I asked Frank Gehry, the famous architect, what led to his success, he said, my mother pushed me. So find somebody to push you. These are some of the other ways you can push yourself to success. The fifth trait that makes people great is ideas. One good idea has taken many people from the bottom to the top. Bill Gates says, I had an idea, founding the first microcomputer software company. And that one good idea certainly took Bill to the top. Now, ideas are all about creativity, but I don't like the word creative because there's a myth that only artsy people are creative. In reality, everybody is creative, and I worked with many business people over the years who are just as creative as the artists. As Donald Trump says, deals are my art form. There's no magic to coming up with great ideas. It just means doing some very simple things that anybody can do. Number 6, improve. Successful people are on a continuous mission to improve themselves and what they do. How do we improve? It can be summed up in 3 words. Practice, practice, practice. I mean, when Lance Armstrong was asked how he won the Tour de France for the 7th time, he simply said, the difference is that my team practices 12 months of the year, not 3 or 4. Number 7, serve. Successful people don't just serve themselves. They serve others something of value. And I don't mean in just a charity sense, because serving others is how people really get rich. I mean, just look at a list of the top billionaires, and you'll see they all got rich by serving others something of value. Whether it's Bill Gates serving us software, or Sam Walton serving us discounts at Walmart, or Martha Stewart serving us homemaking tips. Martha said to me, I came to people with trusted information, useful information, valuable ideas and products. There's that word value again. And that's what made Martha America's first female self-made billionaire. The 8th trait that makes people great is persist. We've got to persist through time because there really is no overnight success. Larry Page, co-founder of Google, said to me, it takes a long time to do these things, and a lot of success is just due to the amount of time you put into it. We've got to persist through CRAP, which stands for criticism, rejection, adversity, and prejudice. And we've got to persist through failure because all successful people fail. Robert Ward, Senior VP at Universal Studios, said to me, you really have to persist because it won't be easy and there will be failure. You need to pick yourself up, stay on course, and continue down that path. Trust me, after 10 years of research, I can tell you these are the top 8 traits that lead to great success in any field. And the great thing is they're all simple things that anybody can do. I'm not saying success is easy, but the traits that lead to success are easy to understand and implement in our own lives. So here's to your success, whatever that means to you. Thanks so much for listening, and be great.
Fine, friends. So having seen, let's just run through the 8 traits, 8 points. Number 1, passion. Passion to do, and passion for what we do, what we love to do. And that is what drives. So the passion is not merely for money. That is a love that will drive us to do. And the example of Bill Gates and other great people, and money comes along once we have the passion and once we have the how to do. Second, hard work. Nothing replaces this. All successful people really work hard. Examples of billionaires that John speaks about. And merely work, but finding also fun in our work can make us, and that's what the case of all successful people. They were not merely workaholics, but they found fun and they call themselves workaholics. So finding fun even while in Third, being focused. Focus is what drives one to success. The case of Oscar-winning filmmaker Norman Jewison. John speaks about being focused in what? Of course, some people dabble being not focused. It's okay, as according to him, at the initial stage, but we need to move on to success to be focused. Next, pushing yourselves. Push yourself to greater heights, to greater goals, and we need to push ourselves through sometimes shyness, as he says, sometimes self-doubt we have, maybe negativity that is within us, and examples of great people who have gone through and pushed through. And the famous architect that he speaks about, it's his mother who pushed him through to great success. And what are we pushing ourselves to success? Sometimes could be challenges, could be goals, could be deadlines, self-discipline, could be competition. Fifth, having great ideas, fresh, new ideas also is important in your drive. Bill Gates, the idea of founding a software company was his dream, and that's the idea that pushed him through to this great success. And being creative. Creativity is not the class of few people. No, everyone can be creative. Everybody is creative. That's a reality. To get ideas, there are points that he speaks. Listen, curious, connect, write down, look around. Next, improve. Every day is a journey forward. And how to improve? He speaks about three words, three things. It's only one: practice, practice, and practice. And I'm sure we know it. Example of Lance Armstrong, the importance of intense practice that makes him what he is today. Next, serve. And this is an important dimension of every successful people, serving humanity, reaching out to serve the values, to whatever. All who have become rich, they have served the society, and their greatness and wealth comes as a reward to their service. Examples that he narrates. Next, persist. Sure, we will all fail. We will all have failures, but the journey up, it's only the persistence that will take us and lead us forward. Success is not overnight. It needs time, it needs persistence, and examples of all billionaires narrated are examples before us. Persist, there will be criticism, there will be rejection, there will be adverse things, there will be prejudice, negativity that comes, but it's important that we persist. Even in failure, let us never give up. Examples before us. And summing up, here are the 8 points. Dear friends, having seen the 8 to be great, 8 points to be great, to be successful, we come back home. Here are some 10 rules by our dear former President Dr. Abdul Kalam on being successful. It's a combination of videos from his different talks, but I'm sure the points put together and listening, taking these points to our life, I'm sure it will lead us to success, it will lead us to greatness. Let's have a look at this video.
I want the young people to understand how to manage the failure.
If you want to be innovators, I am going to give you what type of characteristic you must have.
See, I have a feeling whenever I give something, I feel happy.
You want to be you, not everybody else. By breaking their limits of their imagination, they change the world.
Creativity leads to thinking. When he enters the classroom, my teacher, I see a radiation of purity of life. A leader should work with integrity and succeed with integrity.
Sir, how did you become so great?
How did I become so great? That's a question. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world.
He was the 11th President of India from 2002 to 2007.
A career scientist turned politician. He studied physics and aerospace engineering.
He was intimately involved in India's civilian space program and missile defense systems.
He's APJ Abdul Kalam, and here are his top 10 rules for success.
We should know how to handle not only how to handle the success, how to handle the failures. Particularly you are in the management environment, Wharton. I want the young people to understand how to manage the failure. Because any task you do, you have to come across problem. Problem should not become the captain of the individual or the project chief. And the project chief should become the captain of the problems and defeat the problem and succeed.
If you want to be discoverers, if you want to be innovators, I am going to give you what type of characteristic you must have. Invention and discoveries have emanated from creative minds that have been constantly working and imagining the outcome. The telephone, he was imagining the outcome in the mind. With imaging and constant effort, all the forces of the universe work for that inspired mind, thereby leading to invention and discoveries.
See, I have a feeling whenever I give something, I feel happy. You see, this is you try. That whatever you may have knowledge, you have sometimes better economy you may have. Better, because sometimes you have a kind words you can have. So if you use and make somebody's life happy, that is you are giving, and his or her life is happy, that's a best thing a human being can think of. Then you will get a conflict-free world.
What did I learn from the youth of 11 million people? I learned every youth wants to be unique. Every youth wants to be unique. That is you. Every youth wants to be unique. That is you. But the world around you is doing its best day and night to make you just everybody else. Now, the question is whether you want to be you or everybody else. You want to be you? Not everybody else. Now, if the question being like everybody else is convenient at the first glance, but not satisfying in the long vision. The challenge, therefore, my young friends, is that you have to fight the hardest battle. You have to fight the hardest battle which any human being can ever imagine to fight, and never stop fighting until you arrive at your destined place. That is the unique you. History has proven that those who dare to imagine the impossible are the ones who break all the human limitations. In every field of human endeavor, whether science, medicine, sports, arts or technology, the names of the people, just now I listed some of the names of the people who imagined the impossible are engraved in our history. By breaking the limits of their imagination, they change the world. You take C.V. Raman, you take Newton, you take Einstein, you take Chandrasekhar. By breaking the limits of their imagination, they change the world.
Learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great.
You have many accomplishments. You've written books. You've served as president. You're an aerospace engineer. You've been a professor. But you say the title you like best is the title of teacher. Why is that?
You know, I had a teacher when I was a young boy, 10 years boy, wartime, the Second World War going on. At that time, I used to see in my class, fifth class teacher, in science teacher, his name is Sivasubramania Iyer. He entered the classroom and we used to see the radiation of knowledge from him, radiation of knowledge from him. When he enters the classroom, my teacher, I see a radiation of purity of life. And the way he taught, my dream got shaped. What should be my way of life? He is the person, the teacher gave me the vision of my life when I was a young fellow. Now a teacher has got a fantastic opportunity to grow minds, to enrich the minds, and give the dreams to the young people and nurture the dreams with them, and they will become a great human being. Sometime they will become better than you, but better than the teacher. So that opportunity you have. And also the teacher, like what I am doing, I am a professor, I can also do the research. Young researchers will work with me. That's a great pleasure when they get the PhD. Every action of the leader should be transparent. You know what I mean? That is, leader should work with integrity and succeed with integrity. Leader should work with integrity and succeed with integrity. And I believe President, since you asked the question, has to be continuously in touch with the people. Rashtrapati Bhavan, where I was there, became a People's Bhavan. Instead of Rashtrapati Bhavan, it becomes People's Bhavan. And also I travel into the whole state, cutting across hill, deserts and sea. I was in touch with millions and millions of people.
Sir, how did you become so great?
How did I become so great? That's the question. Well, which class you are studying?
4th.
What's your dream in life?
I want to become a singer.
Singer? Hindustani or Carnatic? Hindustani or Carnatic music? Any music?
Yeah, music.
Any music will become. Well, I don't know how became. I don't know. You know, it's a relative terms. So I personally believe you must have a dream. Say, I must have a dream.
I must have a dream.
I must continuously acquire knowledge. Continuously acquire knowledge.
I must continuously acquire knowledge.
Hard work.
Hard work.
And perseverance.
And pursuance.
One should not be not afraid of problems.
Not afraid of problems.
Then you will be successful, okay?
As we say in India, where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is an order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world.
Mr. President Abdul Kalam, in the name of the European Parliament, I want to thank you for this important and inspiring speech. This was one of the most extraordinary speeches we have ever heard. From a statesman, scientist and poet, this is unique. All the best to this great nation, India. All the best to our cooperation between the great nation, India, and the European Union. All the best, Mr. President.
Fine friends, having seen Dr. Kalam's rules for success, I'm sure we can adapt to our own life, and maybe there are areas that we can work and make ourselves a bit more successful, a bit more focused, a bit more greater in our dreams, in our plans, and in our journey of life. Here are the 10 rules that he speaks about Learn how to handle failure. Imagine the outcome. I think this is a dream that keeps us. Be righteous. This is an inside quality. Fight to be you, each of us, the genuineness. And limitations, let it not become barriers for us. And keep learning every moment. Be a teacher to yourself and teacher to the world. Integrity. No work will bear success unless we are integrated, unless there is truth within. And may our dreams guide us on, lead us on, and may they find wings. And all that we do is for the world, to inspire others. And Kalam is the right person to tell us that. I'm sure the millions that he has inspired, given dreams, and this nation has got his vision through him. And we pray, dear friends, we become great before the world, and we find success in the right way, through the right way means, and for the right reasons. And may we always taste success in our life, and all that we do is for the world, to make this world, make our near and dear one a little more happier, and make this world a better place to live on. Thank you. Be great. Be successful. God bless you. Thank you.
Make me a channel of your peace, where there